Hi guys, so remember how yesterday I was showing you how to use local by flywheel to develop locally? Let's now assume that I want to import, more like export the local version and then import it to an actual server. Now obviously it's not going to be the same site, but I also want to show you the reason I use, um, I'm going to call it blueprints like they call it in local, but the reason I use a predefined set of plugins and uh, themes and stuff that I usually have on every site. I sort of package them into one, and then I have that package for whenever I start a new website because I know I basically always need those tools. Now, in this case, I'm going to actually be building a new eShop, and I use a specific theme from a provider. The theme is a child theme for Divi. It's from Divi Life. If you don't know what that is, Google it if you need it. But they have great child themes. So I have um, their child theme, and I have an unlimited license and all that kind of stuff. So nothing's pirated or anything. But what I did do is that I actually did the whole process of importing that theme to a previous client's website, and I've done all my settings the way I like them and the way I need them to be able to start the development of any eShop using that specific child theme. So what happens is, um, let me just show you the theme that I will be using, and it's not a plug to the theme developer, but they are a cool company, so I'm gonna say I'm not going to open my user account with my licenses in so you can see, but I do have the all access pass. Anyway, the point is they have a child theme that I like using, which is, I use most of these, but the one I'm going to be using today is this one. The only problem is with when you download it, you have to actually install a theme, set it up, and maybe one day I'll show you how to do that. But the company doesn't allow for an easy import, but I had to do a few fixes based on. So let's look at the demo first. So for example, when you do the import and you sort of try and load the menu up, this usually doesn't work properly because you actually have to remember that you have to install another plugin from this company, which I do own, which I didn't know when I did the initial setup. So this sort of mega menu, as it's called, didn't actually work. um, I ended up reaching out to support, and they told me why and all that. So I fixed it on my version on the one website that I was working on using this theme. But today I have to start. I have to start a new website. I'm going to use the same theme. I'm just going to make it drastically different. But I need the base of it. So because of the cool functionality that it has with nice little card and stuff. So either way. The thing is, the fixes that I did, I'm not gonna redo because you have to go in and do some manual stuff. So exactly because I'm not gonna do, or I don't want to waste time doing those fixes, I am going to actually just show you what I really did when I did fix it ages ago. Okay, so when I fixed it, oh, wrong website. So for I'm forgetting the URL for this. Maybe I have it open. Who knows? Ah, there it is. So I'm logged in, but if you log out of this website, as you can see, I've got an under construction thing going here. So if I go to this website currently, this is where I'm gonna build the new eShop. So if I go here right now, there's an under construction plugin that I'm using, a free one, that sort of gives me this cool guy sitting here thinking about what he's going to do next. So now what I did is I installed or I'm going to install the plugin that I showed you yesterday on how to import. Now, I'm going to import that eShop website that I already fixed up based on my needs. And basically, whenever I develop a website, whether it's an eShop or um, an eShop or a normal brochure site, I have my preset sort of blueprint of the plugins, the themes, and the stuff that I use for that specific use case. In this case, I have a few eShop themes that I sort of use. So they are from companies, and I do have the unlimited license and stuff, but they are my sort of starting base, if that makes sense. I'm just installing the professional version of the plugin that I was telling you about. Let me just find it, and it's probably on my desktop. I'm gonna guess desktop. Not good. Where's the desktop today? Let's see. I can do it from here. It's fine. So I'm gonna say that I'll find my desktop somewhere eventually, and then I have my development stuff. Now I'm going to install the plugin or the professional version of WP Migrate, which again I have a license for. Nothing I'm showing is pirated, so because I don't use null plugins, period. Null plugins can get your website hacked, but I can make another video about that, or you can watch a security video where I talk with a friend about it. I might add that to the end screen, depending on how I feel about it, and if my friend slash colleague would like me to, because it was on her live that we did it, so she might not want me to sort of plug it here. So here we go. So I installed and updated the extension. Now I'm going to import my so-called blueprints. So what I'm doing is I'm going to say import, and I'm going to say from file, and I already know where I've got these sort of things. It should be in my development folder. I've got initial setup. So as you can see, I've got a few things here. Like these are like blueprints for eShops, but these two eShops are different themes that I'm using. This is just an unused website for a client that I installed. This is my base for my usual website, and the reason it's got a URL there is because when I created the blueprint, it was on that URL, but now it will change the URLs based on whatever. So this is the one that I need to import. I'm just clicking it. I'm waiting for it to import. Give it a second. Hopefully it won't take that long. I'll take a sip of coffee as well. I haven't got my camera on so you guys can't actually see me sipping coffee, but I promise I am. The only reason I didn't turn my camera on is because I'm worried it's going to stall, because I'm using the preview version, not the preview version, but the latest sort of beta of Windows 11, the legit one that came out, and I'm scared it might stall or something. So as you can see, the process is going okay. I'm just importing that exact sort of template that I had, the sort of blueprint. So as you can see, the blueprint wasn't made today. I will show you when this was made. Hopefully it still has the date when I actually created the thing. It says that I did it on May 12th, which is true. So I made this 2 months ago because the only reason I did it is because I don't want to need to do all the settings that I like, or the settings that I did specifically to fix the issues that I talked to support about for this theme. I just don't need to waste like another hour trying to remember how they told me to do the menu on top and stuff, because it's not their fault. It's practically mine, because I didn't know that I had to install the extra plugin, and then the import didn't work properly and everything went sideways. So eventually when I did get the actual result, and when I say actual result, I'm talking of getting the demo to look like this and to act like this. So when I click here, this would come up when I, continue shopping and all that stuff. And then obviously when I click support, the menu comes down, or the account menu comes down, and there's like a mini cart and a mini login and all that kind of stuff. So And mostly my issue with this theme when I imported was the mega menu, which needed an extra plugin from this company, which I own, because yeah, lifetime pass, of course. And I needed to do the setup, and I didn't know about it. It probably said it in the documentation, but because I try to be efficient, sometimes I skip it, which, by the way, is a bad thing. Just because I'm so used to Divi, I automatically assume that the process will go well, and sometimes it doesn't. So, okay, the import's sort of done. Now it says, are you sure you want to override the database? And I say yes. By the way, when you import something using WP migration, you've got to remember that when you import and you're at this stage, you have to save the permalinks, and you have to do it twice. So I click on save permalinks. I wait for the thing to open up. Give it a second. There we go. And you've got to remember that the logins you need to use are the logins from that import. So if my logins on the initial site were different to that import, I would have to change the password. In this case, they weren't. It's asking if the email is correct. It is. And then I have to just save permalinks once. I wait. And I save changes twice. Now, because exactly the so now when I go to the website, so first of all, let's go to plugins. As you can see, some of them are outdated because obviously I did this 2 months ago. I did the blueprint 2 months ago, so obviously it has outdated plugins. But to begin with, let's enable the one plugin that I need so that it's under construction, so that the client doesn't actually see anything going on yet. So activate that, make sure it's on, so the client can't see it when they try to. I haven't given them logins yet, so they can't get to the admin. But I need to update my plugins here. Always update, guys. So let's do this. These are the 10 plugins that I need to update. Give it a second. But practically, if you go visit the site right now, like I'll show you because I have to stop this video at some point, right? So when I go to visit the site now, as you can see, although there was nothing there before, if it decides to load up, you can see that the I must have imported the wrong thing, didn't I? If the menu isn't working, I probably imported the wrong thing. Let's see, did I input the wrong thing, or did I just not activate the plugin as I should have? Let's see. So I'm just gonna update everything here. Okay, and hopefully I thought that I did this. You know what? I did the wrong imports. Now I remember where the right import was. It wasn't that one. I should have deleted it. Anyhow, it shouldn't take me too long to re-import anyways. And I'm gonna need to update stuff again, so this was worthless. Let's do the import again. You shouldn't do imports over imports, but because it's the same theme, it shouldn't affect it too much or do anything to it. I should be okay. So the actual import is this one, because that's where I fixed the issue. So let's see if that helps. And I noticed it's the wrong import because exactly the mega menu wasn't working. I'll go and delete that afterwards, meaning that I'm right about this, which I think I am. Just give it a second to load again. This went longer than I thought because I thought I was done, but I imported the wrong blueprint, so joy. You should never do what I just did. When you do an import, the site should be a clean WordPress website like it was initially. The only reason I think I can get away with this right now is because it's the exact same theme with the exact same plugins and everything. It's just that it's got the changes in the database that I made for the mega menu to work and all that kind of stuff. So that's the only reason I can get away with this. Do not do what I just did. When you import using WP migration, you should be doing it on a clean website. Unless it's the exact same WordPress website and you're just, re-importing a backup from yesterday. Which is basically what the thing thinks I'm doing. doing right now, so just give it a second. I just need a minute, and I have to resave the permalinks again and all that stuff. So yeah, there's that. We'll just finish with this and we'll see what happens. Come on, 77, 80. It's doing alright, it's just taking longer than I would wait to usually wait. It's not taking that long, I'm just one of those people that can't wait, if that makes sense. 90%, come on, come on, come on, come on then. Proceed to do the database override again. Again, I remind you that when you do this, your logins need to be the ones that you used on your blueprint, not the ones that you did for the initial installation. So you've got to remember what your blueprint logins were. So oops, let's see why. Let's see why it's giving us issues right now. I can just go to permalinks and sort of try and log in again. That was temporary, I guess. So I'm gonna do this twice again like I did before. One. I saw that it saved once, and then I do it twice. Then I'm just gonna say, okay, cool. Let me go to plugins again. Let me update everything again here. And then hopefully this time I did the right thing. And let's just wait for it for a second. Yeah, should be good. Go to the updates again to check your themes as well, although it says 0, so I should be okay, but there's a Divi theme update. My key should be correct, and I should be able to do the update now for that as well. Although this is a Divi child theme, I do have to keep my current theme up to date, my sort of parent theme, if that makes sense. So I can see a few things that I need to fix. So I'm going to say delete advanced custom fields because I have the professional version and a license for it. I am going to delete this, and then I'm going to just activate this. I'm not going to put in the license just so that you can't see what I'm doing and why that is. So I use this as well. So I have the pro version for that as well, which also means I need to delete the non-pro version of it, I think. I need it as well. Atarim and stuff like that are plugins that are sort of this I don't need because that's for servers that don't have email set up correctly, so that's fine. But now, if you don't know what Atarim is, go check out my Twitter, you'll find a link to it. It's for client management for WordPress. I'm not going to do this while I'm on the video, so yeah. But let's finish this and let's just go to the website and see what it looks like now. Visit site. The reason I'm not putting in my keys is so that you can't see them on screen, because I'm not going to edit the video, if that makes sense. So now, as you can see hopefully, the menu works as expected, so my blueprint's correct. The shortcode that comes up here means that I forgot to activate a plugin that needs to be activated, so let's go see what that is, what plugin that might be. So I'm just going to click finish here, and hopefully it will still have me logged in here. Let's see what I haven't activated. I must have missed something somewhere. So let's go to dashboard. Because it says AWS search form, it's probably a plugin that you can see it's a shortcode, so it's telling me that I missed something, or I didn't activate a plugin that I should have. Let's see what it is. So this I don't need because I have the pro version of it, and I don't think I need it. It will tell me if I made a mistake. I'm thinking that that I because some plugins, when you have the professional version, they also need the non-professional version, but in this case these two don't. When I say these two, I mean advanced custom fields and advanced rule search pro, so that's okay. I'm gonna say that I'm hoping that I fixed the issue. So I have multiple screens open and they're from previous tries. So let's see if this fixed the problem now. Yes, it has, because the search has come up, which means I updated the plugin and the shortcode has now been activated and everything seems to be functioning correctly. Also, I have to put under construction mode on so that I know where to start. And I can do this now. And there are two updates, and I'm guessing it's the plugins that I need to put licenses for, which I'm not going to do for now. Also, while developing, yes, it is. I haven't put in the licenses, and that's why they haven't updated, so I'll do that in a second. But also, please remember that when you do an under development website, first plugin you should install is a security one. Although your server does have security, and mine does because it's SiteGround, like most do, also install WordPress just for your sanity. Because even though it's under construction, people still try to, because they find them over time. They find them, and to be honest, they attack your website. So try not to leave WordPress out. Install it. I'll do another tutorial on how to set up and install WordPress. I'm not gonna do that now. I already know this off the top of my head, so I'm gonna stop the video right here because it's not my intention to show you how to install WordPress right now. And I'll be back with new videos tomorrow, I guess.